When I first started playing blackjack, I didn't know a thing about what I was doing. I had gone to Reno with some friends that we were on a bowling league. And it sounded like fun, so I went for the weekend. I'd been playing slot machines and stuff and not winning a darn thing. And I kept watching the people on the table games, thinking and watching and think, well, you know, they don't look any different than I do. If they can figure it out, I should certainly be able to figure it out. And the more I looked, you know, all it looked like that, you know, I knew what the basics of 21 were, basically what the game of 21 was, but every once in a while they would do something a little different and I wasn't quite sure what it was. We're going to make a 2-unit wager here, a 2-unit wager here, toke for the dealer, and we're up to 3, but we have 1 here, 2 here, so we're going to put one of those back there, leave this as a 2-unit and hope we win again, then we can bump it up to 3. So anyway, I sat and watched and came back from that trip and thought about it some more and went through a really phony experience about on a workshop or class situation thing that cost me like $350. Didn't learn a blooming thing from it except another real expensive lesson on human nature. And then spent 7 or 8 hours one night on a blackjack table with a very patient dealer at the Reno Hilton and 2 locals who really understood the game. And we just had a really nice time playing. The locals would explain the options. The dealer would roll his eyes or, you know, give me signals on whether he was, you know, agreeable or not agreeable or whatever. And we sat there and I made back 150 out of my 300 that I had spent to not learn anything about the game, and played there and learned a great deal about it. And then from then on I just kept making notes, and one thing and another has evolved over the years to what we now do. I live in Seattle, Washington, and what we now do is work with an event production company, and I provide dealers for casino games for a thing we call the Fantasy Casino Party Program. And we deal to probably, at a minimum, I would say probably 1,000 or more people every year outside of our December parties. And our December parties is probably another 1,000 or 2,000. But over and over again, I see people approach the gaming tables who have never put $1 on a gaming table in their life. They've always wanted to. There's a vicarious interest in it, but they have no idea what it's all about. And I see the same thing over and over again when people approach the game of 21. And it's just lack of understanding the basic concept of the game. And that's how we've come to the Blackjack Workshop. So you want to make sure you go to http://www.fantasycasino.us and take a look at the Blackjack Workshop options. If you are just beginning to play this game, or if you've been a player for a while but you've never really figured out how to make it work for you so that you win more than you lose kind of thing, take a look at one of the Blackjack Workshop's options, from the report, which is $47, the cassette, which is $20, to the full workshop option, which is $99. Any one of those will improve your game. The best one is the Blackjack Workshop option, where you set up a play practice session with your friends. That's the best one to do. Okay, so here we have a 6 or 16 soft hand against the 9 showing. I would not double with it against the 9 showing. So now we have 7 or 17, but it's still soft. So we're going to hit it one more time. Now we have a firm 17 and we're going to stay. 18 is going to stay. Over here we've got the 11 against the 9. Probably would not double down on that since the 10 already came out. However, there's another school of thought in this that say the 10s travel in pairs. So why not? Let's give it a shot. And then we go ahead and expose this one. Dealer has 17. I was right. The 10s did not travel in pairs. So this one is a loser. And this one is 17. So this is going to be 2 units here for the player, 1 for the dealer. This one is 17. That one's going to be a push. Anytime it's a tie, the dealer's going to thump on the table, going from third base back to first on anything that's a tie. As soon as they thump the table, it's your money again. You can go ahead and pick it up, change it, add to it, leave it where it's at, whatever it is. It's not cool to take back the tip that you put out for the dealer. Okay, that hand was a push. that tip should stay there and wait. This one the dealer will pick up because it was paid on that wager, and so that does go to the house. So we thank you very much. The dealer could pick that up, the player could tell her to pick it up, but basically a dealer will leave it there because they want to see if they can make it grow one more time. Okay, here we're now back to our basic 3, so we're going to go ahead and slide one more out there. And we'll deal one more hand here and see how this works out. We have an 11 against a 4. That's automatic double. Don't even think about it. Anytime you're dealt the combination of 10 or 11 and the dealer's showing a 6 or less, double it. And be a sport and put the extra one out there for the dealer too. 19's good. 6 against a 4 is going to hit. That's 13 against a 4, which is iffy. We're going to stay on it. Again, I'm a conservative player. You have to remember that. 9 and 3 makes 9 and 4 makes 13, 15, 21. God, don't you love it? So anyway, that's the devil that jump up and bit you guys, and that's what'll happen. What do we do over here? Not enough. So big losers all the way around, unfortunately. And these go to the house now because the player didn't win the hand. So some other basic interesting things about the game. Again, like we said, you want to create yourself some kind of a progressive money managed system so you're checking what's going on with the game. Don't just sit down and keep throwing money out there and not be sure of whether it's going anywhere or not going anywhere. And when you're ahead on house money, press your bet. When you're not, go back and bet the standard, the table minimum. And good luck to you.